Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I'm Meredith and this is the Share Mere Collective. Today we are going to do a lovely flip through of this beautiful journal I created for Marisa at Sweet Pea Curiosities. And I'm super excited to share that I am now a dedicated member of her design team. So thrilled to be included in this lovely list of creators that do projects for her. So super fun. And I created a kind of a remembrance type journal, a little bit like a scrapbook, but my style, I guess we could say. And I made this journal in a similar fashion to the Seaside journal that I made for Ruby and Pearl a couple of design teams back, posts back, I should say. So anyway, let's just jump right in. I used her Ladies Book of Remembrance kit and the Moments Pressed in Time, and then some of her other beautiful kits, some wallpapers and some lace papers and a few other just miscellaneous papers, and of course a lot of vintage lace and trims and book pages. And anyway, so let us just jump right in. So the cover here is a couple of envelopes that I've connected together with some fabrics, and they wrap around to the back. And I've got some of that dotted Swiss, which is dwindling. I think I just have a few little scrap pieces left. And then as we open up, I'll show you how the spine is constructed. And we are just sort of loosely tied together with this beautiful chunky twine, and I really like the effect. So let's just go ahead and take this out for now. And as you can see, she's a kind of chunky, so very fun. I've attached a couple of fun little pieces from Tim Holtz. This is the little I don't know, I guess they're just like little dog tag charms. This one says time, and then this is just a little fun bauble I had. And then I put a little eyelet on the front part of this envelope to take care of the closure. So here, as we take this off, this is just a nice little journal card, and I love this lady. She's looking like a very astute photographer, and just gorgeous image, and love the sepia colors and everything. So I thought she was perfect for the top. And then this envelope, I actually folded in half. So if you open up, there's lots of room to tuck some things in. I did not tuck anything in because I did not want it to get too chunky, but you could totally tuck something in here, and then of course inside as well. So here you can see I've got my little trims, and that wraps around to the back. And opening up, this is one of the beautiful stereograph image collections. Pretty sure this is in the Remembrance. It might be in the Moments Pressed in Time kit, but I've got everything listed below. But I just thought these were so darling, and just nice blank journaling space on the back. And then this envelope, it opens all the way up. It could totally be sealed, but I like to leave them open so you can tuck some goodies inside. And here I have this cute little folded pocket. Of course, I couldn't resist making some of the folded pockets that Heather from Ruby and Pearl just showed on her channel. So I think everybody is making these too. But they are so fun and so easy. I just did mine with a book page and popped in this darling little tag and a little ticket, just a little scrap from my mark making that I've been doing. And this tag is from the Your Creative Studio collage board that I made a little while back. So that pops in there. And then I have this beautiful lady here, just a nice journaling card for some secret journaling, another little paint swatch on some vintage music paper, and then this is from one of the Your Creative Studio bundles as well. So that just folds up like so, and you could easily tuck something behind here or even attach anything on the back. But I thought this letter was so pretty, to Monsieur Albert Benit. anyway, don't know what that is. So here I have the front and back covers attached with this beautiful, very dainty floral lace from Emily at Blue Linen Cottage, and I just love that. This is from the Moments Pressed in Time, and I just thought it was so pretty. She also has all these beautiful little words and sayings, sentiments in her kit as well. So opening up the inside front cover, there's another one of the sentiments, and then I have this beautiful lady and nice blank journaling spot on the back. I've used some of Heather from Rose Hill Paper Cottage, some of her handmade paper to make a little tuck spot, and then I love this white sort of linen-y paper. I bought a pack of this on Amazon, and it's just so gorgeous to emboss, so super fun. And then this is just an old vintage file folder, and this came off of a Edith Holden page. So that just tucks in here, and let me show you how beautiful this wallpaper is. So gorgeous. I just love the creamy peach and green together. And then I just added a little bit of my age tape. And then here is some of the beautiful wallpaper that I chose. I just love those colors together. And just backed it with some neutral paper. I think this is from Roxy Creations. Just added a little snippet up there. And then here we have a little sort of mini tuck and this gorgeous lady. And I added some of my paint swatching. And then here I have just kind of this floating paper. I love this so much. This is Simpler Time, little poetry, and I just like how everything kind of blends together. And so this opens up for extra journaling space, and then on the back you have that as well. So I just love how that sort of peeks out here. And then some more beautiful vintage papers. Here's a little tuck spot. This is from the Moments Pressed in Time, and I just added a little, this is from a play, kind of shiny paper and embossed piece of Edith Holden book page. Here is a tag that I attached and just did some twine through there and added a little bit of that fun trim from Emily at Blue Linen Cottage. This is a copy of an old document that I have in a pack from Rachel at Roxy Creations. Here's another little journal card I just clipped on. It could totally be glued down or used anywhere else in the journal. And then I had to add some bling at the top there to bring out that gorgeous sort of rosy pink in the photo. And then how about this handsome gentleman down here? So pretty, or handsome. Added a little age tape. And then as we open this up, I have a folded tuck spot. And I just attached this little embossed tag. And then we have some goodies inside. I have this beautiful swan image and just a nice little journaling card, another one of the gorgeous ladies from the front. And then this is a French postcard from Nanterre, the Point de Basis. And I don't think there is a date on this. I'm not sure if I can even read the the date on the stamp either. So that just gets tucked in there. And then this is one of the gorgeous collage pages from the Moments Pressed in Time, and another copy of a beautiful handwritten letter document that I have. And then this is from it's one of the collage pages from the Ladies the Ladies Book of Remembrance. So pretty. The coloring is just gorgeous. And then as we flip over, I have this little flip down pocket, and I made a little kind of writing board journal card and just did a little collaging on the back. And then I've had this very vintage flashcard for so long. I just finally realized this is a perfect spot for it. So those two together pop in here, and more could be totally could be tucked in to this spot as well. that just clips on there. And then here I have this very vintage book page, and this is just a blank journal card that you could embellish more or glue down if you want to. And then I just backed it with some neutral paper from Roxy Creations. I love these sentiments, the beauty of worn things. We can all relate to that. And then here is a vintage book page. It's called The Schoolhouse, Pony in the Schoolhouse. It's just the paper is so awesomely aged, if that's a word. Awesomely, I don't know that it is. A little nature book page that I tucked in. And then here is the center signature of the signature. It is a single signature, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. And then I just, so the journal is tied in with this beautiful nude colored crinkle ribbon. And then I just tied this bow on. So, because the bow is actually on the outside. And then attached this little bauble here. And a little bit of Florentine paper that I thought just went so well with the colors of the journal. And then here I have a little tuck spot that flips open, and a journal card, and some more embossed Edith Holden. I just thought those colors complemented each other well. Oops, I think that's supposed to go on the outside. Sorry about that. Bumble fingers today. And then the back of that gorgeous, I think this was from a play as well, but I just love the aging on it. Very pretty. And then here I had one more piece, actually I might have one more piece of this beautiful sort of hexagonal lace from Blue Linen Cottage, and I just thought that looked so pretty on there. And then this flips out, and I attached this page with a little strip that I had left over, and then I included this very, very large, beautiful rag paper. It is Italian and could be used to back journal cards or just used for extra journaling space. I thought that was really pretty tucked in there. And this is the back of that collage page. I love how Marisa did the age tape, sort of faux age tape on there, and then I added a little bit of my own. Here is the back of that beautiful letter, and in here I tucked a very tall tag, very sturdy, and just thought the colors were so pretty. And a little bit more of that beautiful crinkle ribbon. Here is a little flip out, so this just hooks on top, and you open up, and we have this beautiful page for extra journaling, and then this gorgeous full sheet of absolutely stunning script that was included in the digital kit. So pretty. I'm not sure if I can get that on right now, so we'll just leave it. There's the back of that gorgeous Moments Pressed in Time. Love these images so much. It's so pretty. And then here is the back of the little pocket flip, and so I have just a little tag tucked on here, and this is just a little collage-y piece that I left blank. And then this is a very sturdy writing board that I've included, and this could totally come off, or you could use it as a bookmark throughout the journal, whatever, but I just thought that was nice and sturdy. This is I did a test print of the Ruby and Pearl, her latest sea glass kit, and this is one of the brown tones. I thought it was so pretty. This is also from Ruby and Pearl's Angel Backgrounds kit. I like to include these kind of neutrals in my journals, and it's nice to have a little variety. This is adorable. I absolutely love this, and I just glued on for a little flip out. And then this is the back of that document, and then how gorgeous is this kind of grungy floral paper. So pretty. Totally reminds me of autumn, which has not arrived in Arizona yet, but it will soon. Alrighty, here is that short page, and I had a little scrap from one of the other digitals, so I just made a little kind of belly band tuck, and then it wraps around to this side. You could also tuck something in back here if you wanted. And then here is a little flip out, and I've got some very old. This is like some sort of a, oh gosh, I think it was like a sale or something. I don't know. Something. Anyway, it's a receipt. Sorry. My brain sort of shut off. And then this is some very old rag paper from Italy. So that tucks in here. More of that absolutely stunning grungy flower paper. And this just wraps around. I printed this on the premium Epsom paper, and I enlarged it so it would make kind of like a little wrap. And then this, I just printed some sort of neutral coffee dyed color, so that totally comes off. And so here now you have a very nice full open page, and this could totally be made into a little booklet or whatever. So that just gets tucked in there, and I just added a little collage-y piece on the back. And then here is the back of that gorgeous wallpaper and our back page. This I've been saving. I've had this forever from Heather at Rose Hill Cottage, and I just thought it was so perfect for this back page. And I tucked in, it's very old vintage envelope, and New Mexico from Richard Tanner. And then this is just a nice sturdy journal card, and I did a little fun collaging with some leftovers I had and popped those in there. So then as we come to the back, so here you can see that beautiful floral lace, so pretty. And then here on this first back pocket, I have just a couple things tucked in, this beautiful tag, and then a very old letter, and then this really cool, super vintage and adorable photograph. So that just gets tucked in here, and it's a pretty good sized hefty envelope, so more could actually go in there. This is not a vintage envelope, it's just one I bought in a pack from Etsy, excuse me, and then embossed a little bit on the back. And then here, the back envelope, I have this journal card tucked in, and then this little envelope, which is so pretty. This is that lace paper that I used, and then one of the envelopes from the kit. And that just kind of tucks, I had that just sort of tucked in here, like so. I don't know if you saw that originally. So this all just kind of goes together. And just a clip to keep it secure, and then that is the back of the journal. Oops, totally squished that. Good thing it's nice and old and sturdy. Okay guys, thank you so much for being here for my flip through. I hope you enjoyed that. If anyone is interested in purchasing, this will be available. Just go ahead and message me on Etsy, and I prefer to sell through PayPal if that's an option for you. So let me know if you're interested, and I will see you again in my next video. Have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.